Good morning, everyone, and Happy New Year. To all of you who are here in the sanctuary and to all of those who are joining us online, welcome to the Unitarian Church of Edmonton. My name is Gordon Ritchie. Karen Mills and I will be your service leaders this morning. We will also be the co-conductors of our church choir, Chorealis. We are joined by our special guest musician, Bill Demore. Our minister, Reverend Rosemary Morrison, is off today, and she'll be back here in the sanctuary next Sunday. We are one of two Unitarian Universalist congregations here in Edmonton, the other being Westwood Unitarian. As Unitarians, we are a liberal, religious, multi-generational community. We celebrate a rich mosaic of free-thinking, spiritual questing individuals joined in common support and action. We welcome diversity, pursue the common good, and work for justice. We believe in the compassion of the individual heart, the warmth of community, and search for truth and meaning in our lives. We gather with gratitude this morning on Treaty 6 land. A treaty is an inheritance, a responsibility, and a relationship. May we be good neighbors to one another, good stewards to the planet, and good ancestors to all our children. We know that it's January because I've not been told of any announcements for this morning. So December is done. But I do have an announcement, and it potentially involves everyone who's here in the sanctuary. You'll notice that our mitten tree is still festooned with nice, warm, wintry items. Well, after the service, I would invite as many people as possible to join me by the mitten tree so that we can bag everything up. That's task number one. Task number two is to find someone or some ones to actually take all those items over to the Bissell Center. We want them over there as soon as we possibly can. And then the third task is actually to dismantle the tree and take it back up to the mezzanine. So thank you all in advance for your help with those three tasks. Our service this morning is inspired by the Taizé tradition. This style of worship was created by Brother Roger, a Catholic priest who lived in Taizé, France. He died in 2005 at the age of 90. Taizé music often takes the structure of a simple melody that repeats several times. This is meant to serve as a musical meditation, which is usually followed by moments of silence. Most of the text that will be read this morning is from Robin Sharma's book, The Secret Letters of a Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. I actually read this while Robert and I were on holidays this past September, and I thought, this could make a lovely service, so I hope you enjoy. Later on in the service, I'll be telling you a little bit about the book. And so as we begin our time together, I invite you to quiet yourselves and turn off any electronic devices that you may have with you as not to disturb during the service. And so we begin our service with a prelude.
Gathering,
Our opening words by Robin Sharma. The most important gift that we can give ourselves is the commitment to living our authentic life. To be true to ourselves, however, is not an easy task. We must break free of the seductions of society and live life on our own terms, under our own values and aligned with our original dreams. We must tap our hidden self, explore the deepest-seated, unseen hopes, desires, strengths, and weaknesses that make us who we are. We have to understand where we have been and know where we are going. Every decision we make, every step we take, must be informed by our commitment to living a life that is true and honest and authentic to ourselves and to ourselves alone. And as we proceed, we are certain to experience fortune beyond our highest imagination. And I would invite Edwina to come forward to light our chalice this morning. A piece entitled Drawn Together by Jennifer Gracen. We're using this as a responsive reading. You'll notice bold font is on the screen at the moment. For those of you who are online, that font, that screen should be coming up on your computer as well. We'll say together the bold font, then there'll be another slide. I'll have some text to say and ask you to repeat or say the bold font that's coming up as well. So let us say together. We come together every week, bound not by a creed or a mutual desire to please one God or many gods. Yet we are drawn together by a belief that how we are in the world, who we are together, matters. We light this chalice together in the knowledge that love, not fear, can change this world. Thank you, Edwina.
One of the values that we want to grow as a community is generosity. And we do that in many, many ways, with our time, with our talents, with our volunteering here and beyond our walls. But another way that we do it is also with our generosity of funds. And every week we take a collection, and some people have automatic debit already set up, and so they don't have to think about that. But we also take loose cash and change, and half of that unidentified contribution goes to a community organization who is doing great work and who we want to support and share our generosity with. And so while ushers collect, I will tell you a little bit about the January group, and it is Change for Children. So Change for Children was founded in 1976 by a small group of people in Edmonton. And they were convinced that Albertans could make a positive impact in the fight against poverty and injustice internationally and in their own communities. And as it turns out, they were right. In cooperation with the Indigenous people of developing countries, Change for Children aims to identify the root causes of poverty and, in the spirit of solidarity, assist in finding long-term solutions. Change for Children fulfills their purpose by supporting projects which lead to self-sufficiency and a more just distribution of the world's resources. They work to maximize the effectiveness of each donated dollar by applying for government agencies for matching grants and by ensuring appropriate administration of funds. And they also work to educate Canadians about the developing world, to bring about awareness of our global interdependence and solicit support for greater justice and equity. As their website says, contributing to Change for Children projects opens doors, empowers women, educates students, quenches thirsts, improves food security, reduces malnutrition, advocates for rights, and stimulates economies. So thank you for your support of this church, of this community's work, and of Change for Children. And we'll now receive the offering. From you I sing, to you I give, together we share, and by this we live. From you I sing, to you I give, together we share, and by this we live.
What holds us back in life is the invisible architecture of fear. It keeps us in our comfort zones, which are, in truth, the least safe places in which to live. Indeed, the greatest risk in life is taking no risks. But every time we do that which we fear, we take back the power that fear has stolen from us. For on the other side of our fears lives our strength. Every time we step into the discomfort of growth and progress, we become more free. The more fears we walk into and through, the more power we reclaim. In this way, we grow both fearless and powerful, and thus are able to live the lives of our dreams.
Our next hymn is a Taizé hymn, and I invite you to remain seated as we sing together Nare de Turbe. We'll be singing this a few times. Oh, de noche. De noche. 10:34. Our search for living water, only our thirst leads us onward in this new year. A time of new beginnings, a time of hope, a time of promise. We come here this morning bringing our joys, our celebrations. We also come here this morning with some possible pain, concern on our hearts. This is what makes us community, being together and acknowledging that which is going on in our lives. We'll have a bit of an extended time this morning to light candles. For those of you who are with us online, I invite you to put your thoughts into the chat. For those here in the sanctuary, if you'd like to light a candle, I invite you to come around the circle and enter from this side to my right. We have tapers here. Light any candle that you wish. And on the other side of the table you'll find little glasses and a basket for your taper. If you wish to light a candle, I invite you forward now.
It's important to remember that just as our words are our thoughts verbalized, so our deeds are our beliefs actualized. No action, no matter how small, is insignificant. How we treat someone defines how we treat everyone, including ourselves. If we disrespect another, we disrespect ourselves. If we are mistrustful of others, we are mistrustful of ourselves. If we are cruel to another, we will be cruel to ourselves. And if we can't appreciate those around us, we won't appreciate ourselves. With every person we engage, in everything we do, we must be kinder than expected, more generous than anticipated, and more positive than we thought possible. Every moment in front of another human being is an opportunity to express our highest values and to influence someone with our humanity. We can make the world better, one person at a time. Please join me in singing our next hymn, number 271, Come Down, O Love Divine.
Come Make Small Daily Progress by Robin Sharma. The way we do small things determines that way that we do it each day. If we execute our minor tasks well, we will also excel at our larger efforts. Mastery then becomes our way of being. But more than this, each tiny effort builds on the next, so that brick by brick, magnificent things can be created. Great confidence grows, and uncommon dreams are realized. The truly wise recognize that small daily improvements always lead to exceptional results over time.
Another Taizé hymn. Within the traditional Taizé service, usually you will hear different languages being spoken. And so for this hymn, we will be singing this in Spanish.
There is no insignificant work in the world. All labor is a chance to express personal talent, to create our art, and to realize the genius we are built to be. We must work like Picasso painted, with devotion, passion, energy, and excellence. In this way, our productivity will not only become a source of inspiration to others, but it will have an impact, making a difference in the lives around us. One of the greatest secrets to a life beautifully lived is to do work that matters and to ascend to a state of mastery in it.
Choose your influences well. We do not move through days alone or apart from the world around us, and so we must always be aware of the things and the people we allow into our lives. It's a mark of wisdom to choose to spend time with those places that inspire and energize you, and associate with those people who elevate and uplift you. Whether in our work or within our personal lives, these most positive friends and peers will inspire us to be our greatest selves and lead our largest lives.
We have been hearing the words written by Robin Sharma. I would like to take a moment to tell you a little bit about this book. The main character, Jonathan Landry, is a man in trouble. He becomes reacquainted with a long-lost uncle who was a former high-powered courtroom lawyer who suddenly vanishes into the Himalayas. We found out later that he has become a monk. Finding out that his nephew was not doing well, the uncle asked him to collect a series of letters. And so Jonathan reluctantly travels around the planet to do so. The last thing that Jonathan needed to do at this point in his life was to travel around the world as his life was in turmoil. His job was running him ragged. He and his wife were drifting apart. His son was growing up with an absent father. Jonathan's uncle could have very easily taken him aside, sat him down, and had a heart-to-heart talk. But sometimes desperate times require desperate measures. And of course, that's what makes interesting reading. While reading this book, I found myself developing a great admiration for the uncle. He knew that his nephew was struggling, and so, with love in his heart, he felt compelled to intervene. From time to time, I felt like I could make it alone. I thought that I had the personal strength and wherewithal to get through the tough times without help from others. And for the most part, that seemed to work. These days, I've come to understand otherwise. I'm reminded of the words of George Odell. We need one another when we are in trouble and afraid. We need one another when we are in despair and need to be recalled to our best selves again. But enough about me. Let's get back to Jonathan. It was only when Jonathan was halfway through the process of collecting the letters for his uncle that he began to consider that the journey he was on was actually about him. It seems that the uncle's plan was working. And so began a time of self-reflection and evaluation. He certainly had the opportunity to do so while on flights that were sometimes 12 hours long. We gathered together this morning on the first Sunday of a brand new year. And what a wonderful opportunity to pause and reflect on where we are on our own personal journey. So let's take a moment to pause. Linda Hart writes, "Here we come to find a moment of refreshment and rest on our journeys. No matter where you are going on your journey, no matter if you carry a burden or a deepest of joys, no matter how weary and thirsty you may be, pause here. Take a quiet breath. Rest in peacefulness. Be renewed and restored, for in a short while the journey will continue with its worries and troubles, but also with its joys and promise." As we continue on our life journey, may we learn to love ourselves deeply, accept ourselves as holy, and celebrate ourselves completely in the knowledge that we are not alone. Another reading from Robin Sharma, "Life's simplest pleasures are life's greatest joys." Most people don't discover what's most important in life until they are too old to do anything about it. They spend many of the best years pursuing things that matter little in the end. While society invites us to fill our lives with material objects, the best part of us knows that the more basic pleasures are the ones that enrich and sustain us. No matter how easy or hard our current conditions, we have a wealth of simple blessings around us, waiting to be counted. As we do, our happiness grows, our gratitude expands, and each day becomes a breathtaking gift. Our next hymn is number 86 in the hardcover hymn book, Blessed Spirit of My Life. Let us rise in body and spirit as we join in singing hymn number 86, Blessed Spirit of My Life. As our time comes to a close, I want to invite Edwina forward to extinguish our chalice this morning, please. More words by Robin Sharma. How well you live comes down to how much you love. The heart is wiser than the head. Honor it, trust it, follow it. Thank you, Edwina.
I have our closing words, unsurprisingly also by Robin Sharma. We'll then have a postlude and follow the postlude with Carry the Flame and then de-decorating. All right. We're going to do it as a responsive reading. So join me, please, with the bolded print that you see behind you. There are no extra people alive today. Every single one of us is here for a reason, a special purpose, a mission. Yes, build a beautiful life for yourself and those you love. Yes, be happy and have a lot of fun. And yes, be successful on your own terms rather than on those suggested by society. But above all else, be significant. Make your life matter. Be of use. And be of service to as many people as possible. This is how each of us can shift from the realm of the ordinary into the heights of the extraordinary and walk amongst the best who have ever lived.